Hi, my friends, how are you? I've been thinking about you and missing you lots. And here I am once again in my home, and I have another furry creature, one of my friends next to me. This is Olive. And this time I'm going to read you a story, not about a cat, but about moles. Do you know what moles are? They're a small mammal with fur, like a mouse, but they have smaller eyes, smaller ears, a pointy nose, and bigger paws for digging. So I'm going to read you a story that was one of my girls' favorites when they were your age. And I think Mrs. Ewan has this in her library. It's called Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mole by Jane Yolen and illustrated by Catherine Brown. There were once 3 sisters who lived at the bottom of a deep, dark hole. Their names were Eeny, Meeny, and Miny Mole. In that hole, dark was light, day was night, and summer and winter seemed the same. Sometimes the sisters went to bed at dusk and rose at dawn. You know what dusk and dawn are. Sometimes they went to bed at dawn and rose at dusk, and sometimes they never went to bed at all. That will happen when dark is light and day is night and summer and winter seem the same. One time when Eeny was out burrowing on the left side of the hole, she met a worm who told her the most astonishing thing. She hurried back to the hole, leaving a trail of dirt behind. I have just heard the most astonishing thing, she announced to her sisters. I have heard that up above, which is what they called the world on top of the ground, things are both dark and light. Nonsense, said Meeny. Silliness, said Miny. Don't trust passing worms, they said together. Then they went to bed and pulled the covers up over their heads because they didn't even want to think about light. But Eeny could not sleep. She wandered around the hole thinking about light. She wondered if light was big or little, if it was round or long. She wondered if light spread from corner to corner up above like a blanket, or if it just touched in and out like the thread in the hem of a dress. She thought all these new and complicated thoughts for hour after hour. She was thinking when her sisters got up. Another time, when Eeny went out burrowing on the right side of the hole, she met a centipede who told her the most astonishing thing. She hurried back to the hole, leaving a trail of root snips behind. I have heard the most astonishing thing, she announced to her sisters. I have heard that up above there was both day and night. Nonsense, said Meeny. Silliness, said Miny. Don't listen to confused centipedes, they said together. Then they went to the kitchen and dipped their noses into their soup bowls and snuffled up tubers so they didn't have to think about the day. Tubers are thick stems that live underground. But Eeny could not eat. She wandered around the hole thinking about day. She wondered if day was short or tall, if it was quiet or loud. She wondered if day was sharp like hunger or soft like sleep. She thought all these new and complicated thoughts for hour after hour. She was thinking long after her sisters were full. The next time Eeny went out burrowing on the underside of the hole, she met a snake who told her the most astonishing thing. She hurried back to the hole, leaving a trail of bark behind. I have heard the most astonishing thing, she announced to her sisters. I have heard that up above there is both summer and winter. Nonsense, said Meanie. Silliness, said Miney. Never ever even speak to snakes, they said together. Then they went into the living room and began to play checkers, Meanie with the red pieces and Miney with the black, so they didn't have to think about summer and winter. But Eenie could not play. She wandered around the hole thinking about summer and winter. She wondered if they were low or high, if they were young or old. She wondered if they were damp and clumpy like the dirt on the underside of the hole, or dry and crumbly like the dirt near the top. She thought all these new and complicated thoughts for hour after hour. She was still thinking when Miney won the third game. The very next time Eenie went out, she did not burrow to the right or to the left of the hole. She did not burrow under or behind. She burrowed up and up, thinking astonishing and frightening thoughts, until she broke through the crumbly top and right into up above. She stuck her nose into up above. She stuck her head into up above. She heaved her whole body into up above and walked around. Light did spread from corner to corner like a blanket above her. It also touched in and out of tall trees like a thread. Day was sharp, but the shadows were soft, and she liked the way they curved around into night. There was a strange moistness to the air, a little like tears, that was sometimes warm and sometimes cold. She could not tell if it was winter or summer or something in between, but there was a murmur all around her, of bees and trees, of showers and flowers, of tadpoles and tide pools, and crinkly grass. The murmur turned into the name Spring. Eenie smiled. Then she went back to her hole, digging down and down, leaving a trail of dirt and grass snips and bits of fresh bark behind. Day is nice, she said aloud, and light. I am glad to have visited both. They are new and complicated, and someday I will meet summer and winter as well. She sighed and kept digging down and down. A bright yellow flower as sweet as a murmur clutched in one paw. But just wait till I tell my sisters about spring. And she left her little doll and carriage up there, so I think she'll be back to visit spring. I hope so. And I hope, my friends, that you're getting outside when the weather's nice, because it is the season of spring. And I hope when you get outside, that you're looking all around for signs of spring. And I just hope that you're having fun. All right, I'll see you soon. And remember, I love you. Bye.